Hey peeps, welcome to the Crafty Witch UK. My name's Arietta and today I thought we would do a bit of a WIP chat. I am starting a new paint by number today. So I will pop the unboxing for this up in the corner. This canvas, which you can only see half of, I've folded it around the back of my easel at the moment. This came from Everyday E-Deals and was, let me remind myself, it was £12.74 for this one, with this gorgeous set of colours that I cannot wait to get into. Yeah, I have finished my October canvas already. I don't know what's up with me at the moment. I am just racing through these projects. So I thought that I would dig out something a bit different. Have a nice little chill paint along sort of session. So do grab yourself a cuppa, get something for yourself to work on, whether that be diamond painting, paint by numbers, a bit of colouring in, whatever it is that you fancy, or you can just sit and listen to me rabbit on. It's entirely up to you. And yeah, I'm gonna get into this. So this is not dissimilar to other paint by numbers that I've done before. So it should be pretty straightforward. All of the paints come pre-numbered and then there are numbers on each section and you just fill it in. So it should be quite nice and easy to do. Okay, so I've just repositioned you a little bit so that I can make sure that I've got the whole top of the canvas in frame. And also I remembered that I have got some happy mail to open. So I figured let's do that before we begin. So here is my package. I'm going to keep it this way up so you can't see any addresses. This came from the lovely Sharon at Pencil Surprises, who is once again being wonderfully generous and sharing her talents. She has sent me, I wasn't sure if it was going to be this or if it'd be something that she'd made from resin, because I know she's just started experimenting with resin. So this, let me show you. In focus there we go. This is a gorgeous pentagram and triple moon, oh wow, cover minder with some super strong magnets on the back of it. Those are great. How fab is this? Look at that. Excellent. That's gonna, don't need a cover minder for this, but I'm gonna pop it up here anyway because I want it in the video. There we go, we can sit there on the corner. So thank you ever so much, Sharon. You are a wonderful friend and I am very grateful to have you in my life. Please go and check out her channel. She's the most wholesome, down-to-earth person. Go drop her a subscribe. She has just started doing live videos. So checking those out is always worth a giggle. So, okay, let's get into this. So I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. There are different trains of thought with how you should do paint by number. Some people like to work from the lightest colour to the darkest. There's a lot of very similar shades in this one. So we have got some very pales, but I think because there's some big blocky sections in the sky, I'm going to start up there and then work my way down. I have already, as you can see, taped the edges with washi so that I can get a nice crisp edge when I am finished with the painting. Let's just, can I get a little, yeah, that one will do. Keep hold of little sticks and things for stirring, because quite often when you open the paints they just need a little bit of a mix. nice and juicy. There we go. Just scrape that back in. So we're going to start with this bright pink colour. Let's go with, I don't want to start with too small a brush. That one. Okay. I tend to use up the stuff that's in the lid first, just because then you've got a nice clean lid. There's no other reason for it. So, as I start to work on this, what is everybody else working on? Do let me know down in the comments. I love hearing about your projects, about what events you're taking part in, and what's on your wish list. It is, especially, I feel like when I'm not able to buy stuff, which is, yeah, I'm on a tentative no buy at the moment. It's not fully in force, but it would have to be a very special canvas, I think, for me to shell out the big bucks at the moment. Just, you know, things being what they are with the world, and also it is a busy time of year for everybody. But my son has a birthday next month, and then we're heading into, you know, festive seasons, and these things, yeah, they're expensive. And obviously, yeah, I am not working. I am sort of looking forward to the day where I can say, this is my job, but we're not there yet. We are a long way off. But yeah, there's some hurdles to get through before we can start being professional YouTubers. But at the moment, I guess I'm an unpaid professional. So. Yeah, one of the things, I don't think I'm going to have too much trouble with it with this canvas, but with some of the other canvases that I've worked on in Paint by Numbers, the numbers show through after you finish painting. When that's the case, sometimes it's worth painting over the, so like, can't see very well here, but here I've got the number 2. So if I was worried that it was going to show up, I would paint over it with one coat, sometimes even just with a coat of white, do the rest of the area, and then come back and cover it over. There's sort of 2 ways you can go with Paint by Numbers. You can either choose big bold images, where it's, you know, quite blocky and easy to follow, or you can go for a more complicated picture, but that sometimes means that when you're painting it, you're not really sure what it is that you're painting, sort of each individual bit that you're working on. I had that with the grey mare that I painted, which was from Victoria's Moon. I'll pop the video up in the corner. That was a real trust the process kind of canvas, because there were times where I was just, you know, I would look at a blob shape on the canvas and I would look at what colour it was and I would paint it that colour, and I would have no idea what it was actually supposed to be. And then at the end, you know, you stand back from the canvas and suddenly it's really clear what everything is, what it was supposed to be, and it's all come together. It's harder to sort of take liberties with that style of canvas because you're not sure what each blob ultimately will represent. You are sort of stuck having to just do what it says and go with it. Whereas when I did the sort of tropical flowers one, I do not recall what it was called now, but yeah, the tropical flowers one that I did was an orchid, I think. That was much clearer, and therefore I was able to make some of my own artistic choices with it, add slightly different shading in places, and yeah, just feel like you're really making it your own. This canvas is quite clear what everything is that you're looking at, and for things like this, what will become the shading in the sky, you know, the exact ripples of each one of these lines is not going to change the outcome of the picture, because it's just shading and shadows, and there is a little bit of wiggle room for you to play around with the shapes a little bit more. Right, and then on to number 1. Give a little stir. I think this is probably going to be a relatively quick canvas to work on, because it's more simple shapes, so you can just be a bit more sure about what you're doing, I suppose. Oh, my brush was a bit wet there. I might have to go over that section again. We will see. The other thing is, particularly for these areas where I know this is shading in the sky, you can allow one colour to bleed into the other a little bit. It's not so important to keep them completely separate, because, as I say, it's the shading of dark to light in this case. I feel like there's quite a lot of crossover between the paint by numbers sort of communities and the diamond painting communities, because quite often there will be very similar artwork being used, particularly when you're looking at the landscapes and things. So it's often worth considering, if there's maybe a diamond painting that you've been eyeing up but it's pretty pricey, it's worth checking to see if there's a paint by numbers of the same image, because sometimes they can, well, quite often they are cheaper. I know that Diamond Shop, they have paint by numbers and diamond paintings of, I think most of their artwork is available as both, so it is worth checking out. This one, as I say, was from Everyday E-Deals. Very reasonable price for a paint by numbers. I'm so far, yeah, these two colours, I'm very happy with the quality of the paint. It's, you know, it's not dried up, it's not gloopy at all. Working very nicely, and the canvas is very nice. Some paint by numbers are on a more plasticky sort of canvas, a bit more like what you might expect to see for a diamond painting. but this is like an artist quality fabric canvas, and that's really nice to paint on. It's nice to work. It's got enough texture that it holds the paint, but not so much that you've got to constantly really work the paint into it. I'm just looking on camera and these two colours look exactly the same. I guarantee you they're not. There is a shade or two difference, I promise. But in person it's much clearer that the colours are different. The one thing that you can't do with the paint by numbers is sort of, well, when you're finished, you can certainly keep any leftover paint, as long as it's sealed up, it'll be fine, and you can use it for little projects and stuff. But they tend not to provide sort of colour codes or any way of officially categorising the paints, so there is no way of sort of matching up, pink number 1 from this kit and pink number 1 from another kit will not necessarily be the same, even if they're from the same company. But that's okay, because you're far less likely to need spare paint in the same way that you perhaps will need spare diamonds. Could probably go for a smaller brush for this area, but I'm just going to make it work for now rather than cleaning this brush and going in for another while I'm just working in around this moon shape. Okay, and then the number 1 colour continues all the way down here. So as I continue to work on this colour, I did have some news for you. Oops-a-daisy. Did have some news for you, and also to panic myself by spilling paint, or didn't spill paint, nearly spilling paint. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I am running an event in February of next year. It will run for the whole month, and I am super excited about it. It was, something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to run a diamond painting event. It's one of those things, you see other people do it and you take part, and then you think, oh, could I do that? Could I run an event? And thankfully the community that we have here, both the YouTube community and also the diamond painting community, everybody's been really wonderful and encouraging and said, yes, go and do it, run an event. So hence running an event. I had thought it would be this tiny little thing that would grow slowly over time, maybe. But I have been incredibly blessed, and we have sponsors already lined up for the event, and potentially more still to be announced. So the exciting thing for me is that I can now promise you a grand prize from Diamond Art Club. They have very generously offered a $50 voucher to our grand prize winner. So that will be drawn in the last draw of the event. Yeah, $50. It's just, that's, I mean, it's the best part of a canvas, isn't it? And for a lot of us, that's a canvas that we otherwise would not have been able to purchase, because that's a lot of money. I don't know all of the details of their vouchers, so I don't know whether you could use the voucher and also use any other points or discounts that you have. I suspect these things don't stack, so yeah, but still, $50 off of a canvas is lovely. And yeah, incredibly grateful to them, and to have their support for my little event is wonderful. I have also been looking at small businesses, because it's all very well having the support, and I'm incredibly grateful of having the support of, you know, the big players in the industry. It's great, it means a lot, but I also want to be supporting the small businesses, and particularly local businesses, wherever possible. As most of you will know, I am based in the UK, and so there are businesses that are linked to diamond painting, seem to be few and far between, and sadly we've lost a fair few in the last 12 months alone. And yeah, that it is a sad indicator of the state of the world at the moment. That yeah, some companies that were some of my favourite companies that I had been a real champion for, are no longer trading, just because of, you know, the way things are at the moment, which is pretty sucky. But in my search for more UK businesses, I have found not only a UK business, but a business that's literally down the road from me. So that is awesome. I am talking about Crafted Makes. So Crafted Makes, and Stephen, who is the main man of Crafted Makes, they make hand-turned resin pens and trays. They have an Etsy store. They make amazing custom stuff, but also you can go on there, you can choose a blank, you can then, yeah, if you want to just buy a blank, you can buy a blank, or you can buy a blank and then have them turn it for you. Really awesome stuff on their Etsy store. I will pop all the links and stuff in the description. Go and check them out. So I reached out to Stephen, explained to him about my event, and he was very excited about it, which is great, and has suggested that he would be happy to put forward a prize. We are looking at probably a custom pen and tray that will be themed to the event, which is fab, very exciting, but also so that everybody has a chance to benefit from Crafted Makes involvement in this event. He has given me a code which will give everybody involved in the event, starting from today, literally, you can go and use it, a code for a percentage off. So I will put that code on the screen now. do go check out the Etsy store. If you just, yeah, there's some beautiful stuff. There is some fab Halloween stuff on there at the moment. So now would be a good time to get in, make use of your discount voucher, grab yourself a lovely new pen to go with your October canvases, or maybe start looking towards something that you might want for the festive part of the year. I am gonna get myself a new pen for sure, because I think it would be lovely to get a new pen. Also, just for those of you that aren't UK based, they do ship overseas, so that is an option. It's maybe worth getting together a few of you and ordering all together. That's sometimes a good way to save some money on shipping if there's a few of you putting in an order at one time. So yeah, back to the event. We've got these two sponsors at the moment. So we've got Diamond Art Club and we've got Crafted Makes. I am so grateful, and potentially still some more companies that are yet to confirm or deny. I can't say anything yet, but yeah, possibly more sponsors to come. I will of course let you know as soon as I hear anything. In the run up to my event, one of the things that I had been talking about was live videos, and that I will be doing weekly lives throughout the event. That has then led me on to look at timetabling for lives, which is a bit of a nightmare in and of itself. But the reason I bring it up here is because if any of you watching this have a regular live slot, either on YouTube or Twitch or even Facebook, if that's something that you do, I would love it if you would get in contact. I'll pop my email address on the screen, but it's always in the description anyway. Get in contact and let me know, because I'm trying to put together a sort of tentative directory of when people are likely to be live. This is not a hard and fast thing that you must, if you've told me you're going live on a Thursday at 3 p.m, then you must always go live on a Thursday at 3 p.m, or you're going to be in trouble. It's not that at all. It's just so that I recently have been sort of in contact with people, and I've been like, oh, I fancy doing I fancy checking someone's live tonight. Do you know who's going to be live and what time are they going to be live? And it just means that there'll be a rough idea of when people are going live, and that also will help those people that are new to YouTube to kind of look at, okay, so I don't want to go live on, say, Thursday night, because I know that that's when Cindy goes live, and whilst these things aren't proprietary, it probably makes sense to avoid clashes where we can. It's not always possible because of time zones and things, but sometimes I always think it's better if we try and work together than try and I don't want to be clashing with anybody. I am the least confrontational person. So yeah, I think if I can put together a bit of a list of when you can roughly expect to find people going live, even if it's not always going to be the case, it would give us something that we can, I'll pop it up on Facebook, and if people want to find out who's going to be around and when, then they can go in and have a look. It was one of those 3 a.m. shower thoughts that You kind of just, oh yeah, why isn't there a list? Why don't I know who's going live and when? But yeah, that being said, my event lives will be every Wednesday in February, at a time to be confirmed. I need to look at time differences and things, because I am aware that I think it's about 60% of my subscribers are US based. With the rest being mostly UK and then a few scattered elsewhere. So I don't want to limit you guys and your ability to come to my lives. If you're, I don't want to do it while you're all asleep. That would be silly. But at the same time, I need to do it when I'm awake. So we will see. How are we doing? Gosh, I have nattered away for the best part of half an hour already. That's mad. And we're only on our third colour. But I'm very much enjoying this. These are some lovely warm pinks. I am definitely feeling this kind of red sky at night. I think it ties into the autumnal sort of feelings, and I think it's seasonally appropriate. So this being the spooky season, what do you guys get up to for, in my case, for Samhain, or for Halloween for most people? I think obviously people still seem to be going out less. We're in a post-lockdown world, but certainly I know I'm even more of a homebody than I was before, so I won't be going anywhere, but we will decorate, and we will have candy available for the kids in the neighbourhood that come round. But then for me, obviously Samhain is, aside from the sort of traditional Halloweeny stuff, it's also a time for remembering our loved ones who have passed on. So there will be time set aside for us to remember those people that we've lost. We will light candles for them. We will tell stupid stories about things we remember from when they were here, and we will set a place at the table for them. It's always an important date in my calendar, and one that no matter how busy I am doing other stuff, I always try and make sure that I'm observing. But yeah, I am not one anymore for going out and partying, although I love dressing up, love a good fancy dress, but nowadays I would rather get dressed up and stay at home. So I don't even know if my son is planning to trick or treat this year. He hasn't mentioned yet. He has just started secondary school, so he's at that kind of in-betweeny age where it might not be considered so cool. And I think my daughter's planning to do something with her uni friends. I'm not entirely sure what her plan is, but yeah. I'd love to know down in the comments, actually. You should let me know what your favourite fancy dress has been that you've ever done. Doesn't have to be for Halloween. Best thing you've ever dressed up as. Whether that be, you know, full on cosplaying or just for a house party or something. I think for me, I did do a very cool gender bend take on the Tim Burton's Alice Mad Hatter costume, the Johnny Depp character. I'll have to see if I can find some pictures. If I can find a picture where you can actually see the costume and it's not just, you know, my head, then I will pop it up and you can have a look. But yeah, I think that's probably my favourite costume that I've done. It was the first time I'd done really complicated pattern cutting and make the jacket, because it was this kind of lined double-breasted tweed jacket with corsetry and puff sleeves. It was, yeah, it was a lot to be attempting, and it is by no means like nobody would ever think that, you know, I bought it from a shop, because it is a little tatty when you look at it close, but actually I was really pleased with how it turned out, and it was the first time I tried to make something that complicated from a pattern. So yeah, I was very pleased with how it came out. I did have to alter my costume slightly, because I had been planning to wear this gorgeous purple crushed silk corset, like fully boned, absolutely gorgeous thing. I had been planning to wear that, and then I found out I was pregnant with my son. So this will tell you how long ago it was. Yeah, I found out I was pregnant, and so was concerned about wearing a corset in those circumstances. So that didn't happen, and I had to rethink my ideas. But yeah, still really enjoyed it. Getting into these little tiny bits that are, I'm still doing sky, but it's starting to hit the trees a little bit more. So there's sort of got like a little bit here that's a number 3, and then there's a bit that's a number 2, and a little bit here that's number 3. So this is where you need a much finer brush. But the important thing is to block these shapes in, and then there's always, yeah, it's worth remembering that you can always go back in. You can jiggle things a little bit if you feel that it needs it. You can add an extra blob of colour here and there, because yes, you know, paint by numbers, we are following the pattern, but it's still art, and it's still about self-expression, so you can still make some choices. See, in this top section I can still see the black line underneath the paint, so I think I'll probably go in at the end. I'll see how I feel once the whole thing is done, because if it's consistent, then it might just look like it's supposed to be that way. But I would maybe look at doing a second coat just over the black line, possibly. Any more number 3s in this section? I don't think so. It's like looking for symbols on a diamond painting. I suppose the other main difference with this and diamond painting is that you can't really do this in sections, because you would really see where you had gone. Right, so I think I'll try and get this area finished and then call it for today. So we've got a number 8. What's that? So yeah, there's 24 colours in this altogether. That's quite a lot. Oh, Pussycat, no. No, you don't want to get paint on your nose. You can't be up here. Oh. Sorry, Neeks. No. Oh, wrong colour. There we go. Oh no, there is a 7. Let's start with a 7 then. Got a little bit of 7. Gosh, my water is the colour of strawberry milkshake. Oh, I didn't stir this one, did I? I was thinking that seems a bit lumpy. Let's give you a little stir. There we go, that's better. Much better. Oh, it's gorgeous, like cerise pink colour. This bit's sorry, I've done that thing where I'm concentrating and I forget to speak. Excuse me. Right, let's have a quick sip of coffee in my fab mug. That I nearly tipped it all over the painting then. This is the mug that I got with my witch casket. So really good, and it's huge as well. It's, you know, when you think of sort of, I wouldn't say freebie mugs because I paid for it, but you know, think of sort of a standard mug that you might get printed with a phrase on or something. This holds, I would say, a mug and a half, easy. And I'm really enjoying the shape of it as well. It's got that kind of, feels like I should be sipping soup from it. Currently though, we're on black coffee. It's a black coffee kind of day. Oh no, I made an oops. It's okay. We can deal with that. Right, where else is there a 7? There's a little bit of 7 there. Oh, that's tiny. Bring in the small brush. And that line there. Right. Oh yeah, it's coming together. I can see it now. If I look up at my monitor, you can really see the shading coming together nicely, which is good. Okay, colour number 8. Yeah, I'll do. Sorry, I know this is 7 as well down here, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to. I'll finish this top section. Right, so we're on to colour 8. Stirry, stirry, stirry. I always say with diamond painting that when you've got colours that are so close in shade, it actually just helps with the finished, the look of the finished painting. So in theory, we should get the same sort of thing by the fact that these colours in the sky are so close, but also obviously clearly different shades of the same colour. Oh, the other thing to remember, do go and check out my Friday video. Last Friday, it's my Black Magic Minis from Paint Gem. Go and check out that video because that is my 500 subscriber giveaway. So remember to check that out because I will be drawing that this coming Friday. And you gotta be in it to win it. So yeah, I won't give you any hints as to how you go and win. You have to go and watch the video. I'm gonna be sneaky. But go and check out the video and then you will see how to take part in that celebratory giveaway. I really just wanted to be able to thank all of you guys for supporting my little journey. I love making these little videos. I love the community that has built up around, you know, the art, craft, diamond painting. You know, it's I feel like I've got a little foot in probably more than one group here, but I really enjoy it. gives me a reason to get up in the morning and get going. Right. 4, 5, 10 and 11. So let's do 5 first. Oh, that is a great colour. Gorgeous, like an orchid colour. Really, really beautiful. I'm going to treat myself to a fresh brush. This brush is actually from my Nerdy Crafter Smart Art set. If you want to find out more about that, I have got my unboxing video for Nerdy Crafter's Smart Art Kit on my channel. You can go and check that out. And I will be doing a video probably later this month where I will have a go at actually using everything that was in the kit for the first time. Yeah, I've been absolutely dying to get in and have a play with everything, but I also wanted to record it all for you guys. So in that respect, it's probably quite good that I've already finished my main October canvas, because I don't know how I'd have time for everything otherwise. Oh, this colour is so pretty. Lovely. Right. And then we've got 4 and 10. Okay, sorry, just wanted to make sure that I had got all of the pink off the brush, because this is a much paler colour. I could have gone in with a fresh brush, but this is a relatively large area and this is a nice size brush for that. I think one of the things that drew me to this canvas when I was looking at things on the Everyday Deals website was just the unusual colour scheme. I really liked it. It's just something a bit different than your sort of standard landscape or sunset kind of. Right, on to 10, which is very pale lilac. And again here, where we've got this, the top half of the moon and the bottom half of the moon in different colours, that's where you can blend those two together where they meet. It doesn't have to be a harsh line where they meet. I think the important thing for me is to make it look like it was painted by, I was going to say like it was painted by an artist, but that's not a really good way to explain it. I want it to still have that painterly quality, even though it's a paint by numbers. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I've just got this little bit of 11. Still edging towards purple, but we're just on that end there. Right, okay, so we are 55, you know, best part of an hour. I'm going to leave this here because I have nattered at you long enough. Hopefully you have enjoyed spending some time with me today. I will hopefully get to bring you a bit more paint by numbers content in the coming weeks. Particularly if, you know, if this video is well received, then I will make more of them. As I say, this Friday will be the results of the 500 subscriber giveaway. There is still time to get in on that. Go watch the video. All of the instructions are in there for how to get involved. In the meantime, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. If you enjoy my content, please do consider to leave a like, share with a friend, subscribe, become a member of the Crafty Coven. And I will see you in the next video. Stay crafty!